Hey, this is Jay Holgate with SEC Sports Report in Atlanta, Georgia. Today, I got one of the biggest fans for the Georgia Bulldogs on the phone with me. It's UGA DawgPound, main man. It's Magnum. He lives down in Auburn, Alabama. He used to be in South Georgia, but he's fighting for his life down there in Auburn. But I got him on the line with me today. We're going to talk about a little bit about the Georgia Bulldogs. Magnum, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Jay. Looking forward to this next season coming up.
It's going to be a good season. I know the Bulldogs got a whole lot of talent on that team already, but tell me talk to me a little bit about yesterday's number 16 recruiting class. Were you happy with that recruiting class, or what's your general feeling about it?
Well, overall, I'm pretty pleased with it. Of course, I'm a little disappointed in the Tariq Rogers decommitment to go to the University of Tennessee, but I guess we're even with Tennessee now since we stole Marlon Brown from them from last year, so I guess we're even in that aspect. But overall, I was pretty pleased with the talent we did get, though.
You guys are, it looks like this rivalry between Tennessee and Georgia is going to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger. They got a Dooley in Tennessee, and with the stuff with the recruiting, Tennessee has circled the state of Georgia as their new recruiting ground. So I think that this rivalry is going to get bigger and bigger. Dooley's made it clear that this is where he wants to start recruiting. So you cool with that, or what are you thinking?
I'm not too keen on Tennessee recruiting in Georgia. I don't like that idea at all. But at the same time, I can understand because Derek Dooley, the son of legendary coach Vince Dooley, I can understand him wanting to come to Georgia to recruit talent, but I wish he wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Going to get some of the better recruits.
Yeah, I think the state of Georgia is a big state. There's a lot of great talent here, and I think Dooley just kind of figured it out. Hey, let's don't mince words here. Let's go after where the talent is. Tennessee, the state of Tennessee, just does not have that much talent, and so they're going to have to go out of state. I think Georgia's a natural choice. All right, let's talk about this recruiting class from yesterday. How many guys did you guys get? Who are the leaders on this group?
We got a total of 19 commitments, and I think the biggest name out of that group is Alec Ogletree.
Okay.
From Newman, Georgia.
Right.
He's going to be. I see nothing but great things out of him. Another good one we got. He was a late pickup. Mike Thornton, defensive tackle, who Rivals rated him 4 stars. He's out of Stone Mountain.
Okay.
I think he has the potential to start right away. He's got great size, 280 pounds. So I think he can start right away. We got Brent, Benedict, offensive lineman. So we got some great talent from yesterday's signing class. I'm looking forward to seeing these guys in action.
The thing that's a little bit misleading is, with the way that Rivals and these other recruiting services do it, they put a point system out there. Georgia's only got 19 kids. So technically, per kid, your athletes are actually higher recruits than what Auburn has, because Auburn's got 32, so they multiply 32 times the points that each kid brings. So if Georgia had 32 kids, you guys would be a top 5 class. But because you only got 19 kids, instead of 25 or 30, it bumps you down. So the numbers are a little bit misleading. I think that you guys did get great talent. I think the biggest thing is it was a little bit of a public relations nightmare, because you had those guys at the very end that bolted. And if that would have happened 2 months ago, it wouldn't have been any big deal. But I'm with you. I don't like kids doing that at the last minute, especially when they've been, pretty much on board all season. Now, what do you guys? Did you guys get any running backs in this class?
Actually, we got Ken Malcome.
Okay.
He's a 4-star recruit from Decatur, Georgia. This one, I'm not exactly sure. List Alexander Ogletree here as a running back, but I've seen him listed, I think maybe on ESPN, listed as a linebacker. So I'm not exactly sure what where he's going to end up, but they got him listed here as a running back, 3-star out of Newman, Georgia. So we got a couple running backs from yesterday's class.
Yeah. Now, Todd Grantham. What's your general feeling about Todd Grantham? He's a new defensive coordinator. He's making $750,000. They brought him in. They pulled a lot of money out, and I know he's with the Cowboys. What are you hearing about him and what he can do for the Bulldogs?
I think it was an excellent hire because anytime that you can get somebody from the NFL, especially from the Dallas Cowboys, who are well known, I think bringing that NFL experience to the college level is going to help out greatly. And with us switching up to the 3-4 instead of the 4-3, because we lost 4 defensive tackles this past year due to graduation. All of them were seniors: Jeff Owens, Geno Atkins, Brandon Wheeling, and Cade Weston. So I think switching up to the 3-4 will actually be a benefit to us, and I think that he's going to get our defense back to where it was maybe earlier in the decade. I don't think it's going to click like that, but I see us in the next couple of years being one of the top defenses in the SEC.
I agree. I love the 3-4. The thing about it is, for the very reasons you stated, you guys had some meat on the line last year. Those guys were fighters. I saw all those guys up close last year during the dog walk. They almost bumped into me, but those guys were horses, and they're all gone. They're going to be in the NFL next year. It is very difficult to recruit defensive tackles. It's one of the positions it's the hardest position to recruit for because everybody needs them. And I just think it's the smart way to go is go with the linebackers. You can get more linebackers. They're fast. I think that Grantham, I think he's going to do a great job. Everybody needs an NFL guy on their team because it starts working these kids in that process of starting to think like NFL players. So I'm with you. I think it's a good move. Martinez, you think what are you hearing about Martinez? Has he picked up any new job, or what are you hearing about him?
I haven't really heard much on him since he's left the University of Georgia, and I think I can speak for most of the Georgia fans here on YouTube that I talk to that we're glad to see him gone.
Right.
Because every year we were seeing our defense get worse and worse and worse, and it was just unacceptable. Right.
No, I think that was a general consensus, and everybody I know down here in Atlanta, they said the same thing. So how are you doing down there in Auburn? Are they doing a parade down there in Auburn today with that number 4 recruiting class, the best recruiting class they've ever had?
I'm not sure if they're doing a parade or not. I try to keep up with them just a little bit because I want to see what we're going to be going against every year. Because with me living here, I try to keep up with them just to kind of gauge how they're going to be this next season. The parade, I'm not sure, but I know I'm going to hear about it today when I go to work. That they got the top 5 recruiting class and all this and that. But with me being a Georgia fan here living in Auburn, it's kind of expected because I expect people to give me a hard time, but it don't really faze me too much because you said it on your video yesterday to where we've got so much talent on that team where we could afford to have a year where we're not a top 10 class because we're loaded at the receiver position and our offense in general. So this class being ranked 16th, I don't think it's going to hurt us that much.
No, I agree, and I think you got the positions that you need. And the reality is, you saw the way Georgia when they had to score points last season, like at Auburn, they gave up some points early on, but once they got serious about it, they just put some points on the board, and they did pretty much what they wanted. There's as much talent on that team as any team in the SEC, and I would bank on that. So anyway, Magnum, I appreciate you coming on. I look forward to talking to you again. I know you're excited about this Bulldog team. I hope to see you up here for the spring game in April. And I appreciate you coming on, and you stay strong for those Bulldogs down in Auburn, Alabama.
Oh, you can count on that.
All right, man. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you in the spring.